looks like we need a motion to amend the agenda.
Madam President?
Yes.
I move that we amend the agenda 58-05 for A, Student Matters, and 58-055A, Administrative Contract.
Second. It's been moved and seconded that we amend the agenda to add 5805 for A, Student Matters, and 58055A, Administrative Contracts, as they normally would fall in the agenda. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion passed.
Madam President?
Yes.
I move that we accept the agenda as amended.
Second. Okay. It's been moved and seconded that we accept the agenda as amended. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion passed. All right, 58047, Board Forum. Do we have anybody signed up? Or, I'm sorry, that's later on. Board Forum. Anybody have anything for Board Forum? No? All right, 58048, Consent Agenda. I think we already did that.
Yeah, we
We just did that.
accepted that.
Oh, we did that? Okay. Well, we were a little out of order there, wrong. 58049, Staff and Student Recognition. Ron, you got it?
Me too.
Stand up there and look pretty. There it is. Yeah.
Barb, can you come up here, please? No, Barb doesn't?
Do we want to start with Barb's speech, or?
Barb
Barb Evans of Russell. Barb Evans of Russell.
Right?
Barb
I
Evans
know,
of
I don't do speeches, sorry. I drive a bus.
You
Barb
wanna
Evans
say
of Russell.
No, I know.
Barb Evans of Russell.
Yes.
Russell.
I have the privilege, really, I do. When Deanna was asking me if I would help out with this, and she was telling me who I was going to get to talk about, I was
Oh,
pretty
boy.
tickled to do this. So, as many of us know, Barb is the transportation director for us here at USD 407, bringing 27 years of experience, and I think that's pretty impressive as a bus driver and a bus shop manager. Since taking on the director's role in 21, she's overseen all the aspects of our district's transportation operations, including mapping the bus routes, coordinating daily and activity trip schedules, assigning vehicles, managing vehicles, the cleanliness and the maintenance of them, and in her spare time, do you have any spare time?
A little.
A little bit. Barb enjoys mowing and checking on her cattle and traveling to watch her grandkids play sports, all while cheering on her favorite team, the Go Chiefs.
Yep.
Right. So Barb was nominated by a community member, and here's a little bit of what they said. Now, don't blush or cry if I point out
Okay.
this. She's a responsible person for the district's fleet, vehicle fleet, all of the vehicles that we have, managing the working condition, cleanliness, safety for all of our students and staff at USD 407. She maintains the transportation files for the district and KSDE. She works with and supervises 6 bus drivers and all the staff members who drive USD 407 passenger vehicles. On top of all these responsibilities, Barb serves as a substitute bus driver when needed, which has become quite often in these past few years, as activities often tend to overlap. She's a wonderful part of our district. We are extremely fortunate and lucky to have her leadership and our commitment, and I echo that. One of the things that we worry about as a board is the safety of our kids, and she's always concerned about the safety of our kids. And to me, that means a heck of a lot, more so than anything else. So, thank you, Kim.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is for September. This is for September.
Yes, September.
Yeah, and I think the check's in the mail.
I was gonna transition.
You're, Barb, you're a Russell, right?
Yes.
Okay. Where's the other guy?
The other September licensed staff is Tabor Rucker. He, I believe, is at
TABOR.
conferences. Tabor, I'll
TABOR.
give, I'll give you this
Well,
one.
TABOR, are you
RUCKER.
of Russell?
I believe so.
Do you know so?
No.
No, he's from Hayes.
Hayes, okay, there you go. Okay. Tabor is currently a second-year teacher at Russell Junior Senior High School teaching music. He grew up in Hoxie before attending Fort Hays State University, where he obtained his Bachelor's of Science in Education and a Bachelor's in Music. In his free time, Tabor likes to disc golf or read. Mr. Rucker was nominated by students, and here's some of what they said. Student nominations are my favorite. Mr. Rucker strives to make his classroom a fun and safe space for everyone. He works hard to make his students better and helps them reach towards their full potential. He has helped us sound better as a band and made us feel like a family. When one of us has a bad day, he makes us all smile.
Deanna, D-A-N-N-A?
Yep.
D-A-N-N-A. Is Mr. Rucker here?
He's not, I think he's
We
at
have
conferences.
parent-teacher conferences.
Okay.
Here's your big check. Doesn't really clear, but you can.
All right, Albert, do your thing, man.
Okay, great. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Now, okay, hold. Don't blink. Hang on. Okay, okay. Don't blink. Don't blink. And hang on. What's we got? Okay, that's great.
Don't blink.
Sorry, Albert.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Okay, you're good.
Got it.
You only took one.
That's all I need.
Very well, Drew.
That's all I
And
need.
what
I gotta
if
take
you
the
don't
check,
have
though.
those? Or what if the
You get a real one.
Or what if the pickups are off, Lori?
Then I'll ask you
Oh,
to give
Lori,
me.
or what if you...
Then I'll come to
Will
you.
we just write you?
Oh,
You might bounce.
then that's pretty bad news.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And then student recognition, we do not have high school administrators present. They are at parent-teacher conferences. So I get the opportunity to introduce 2 students from our JAG-K program. A couple months ago, I had a bunch of superintendents, board members, and principals from across the state of Kansas come in. And one of the programs we showcased was JAG-K, and these 2 ladies spoke to all those people, and they were just blown away. So you 2 can come on up, introduce yourselves, and tell us about your internships, please.
Is there a certain spot you want me to stand? Okay.
Name?
Macy Patterson. I'm a senior. I'm from Russell.
You?
Allison Grieve, senior at Russell.
You're Russell?
Yep.
Senior?
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay, so Ms. Tomlinson asked us to talk about our internships. So me and Allison have a little bit of experience talking about these because we've said it about 4 times just this year. But it's a story that never really gets old. So I'm going to start off with mine. I have done 2 internships through Ogallala Commons, which was a business partner with the city of Russell. I did my internship at the Russell Police Department. Most of the stuff that I did mainly just involved ride-alongs, and I learned how to do reports, and I learned some of like the common language, like 10 codes and everything. So I got a lot of experience in seeing like what actually happens in the law enforcement world, which was really good for me because it kind of like confirmed my thoughts of wanting to go into law enforcement. And I also created really good community relationships. I like have like an even bigger net of people that I could go to if I ever needed help. Yeah, I loved it a lot. It was a great experience for me. I also like met a lot of people that aren't necessarily in the community that I could reach out to for like recommendation letters. Ogallala Commons is a great program. They're based in Colorado, but they spread across Kansas, New Mexico, Texas, and Oklahoma, anywhere over the Ogallala Aquifer. Their main thing is to revive rural communities in the food production area. Their main goal with the internships, though, is to make sure kids know that there's something here in their little communities for them to come back to after they spread their wings, get their experience. But there's always like jobs and things, opportunities here in these small little communities. So Ogallala Commons, that's their whole thing. They love working with the kids. You start your internship with a internship retreat in Channing, Texas at Talon Point. It's a little like hotel type thing. They mainly use it for disabled children. They have like a camp every year that they attend, and it's really cool for that. But they let Ogallala Commons use it for a leadership retreat, and you learn all about the leadership things, and then what you're going to be doing and what's expected of you in your internship over the summer. And then you do a presentation over different things. My first year that I went, I did it over intergenerational experiences in the workforce. So being able to work with different generations, because you're going to have that moment in time whenever you're an 18-year-old fresh out of high school working with somebody that's been in the workforce for 40 years, and obviously you have very different opinions on things. So that was really beneficial for me, especially with I work at Sonic right now, so I'm working with people that are 30 years older than me. And then once I get into law enforcement, I'm going to have chiefs and captains that are going to be 30 years more experienced than me, and they're going to not think that I'm very smart sometimes. So being able to talk through those kind of things and do it in a respectful way was the most important part that I learned through that. And then after you come back from your leadership retreat, you start your internship. You do 100 hours of your internship. There's other options, but Russell is just stuck to 100 hours for now. It's open to change. They offer a 200-hour and a 250-hour internship as well. And then for the 100-hour internship, you're also required to do 10 hours of community service. You have 3 blog posts to write, which is just little things. The first one is to introduce yourself. They're all about 300 words. The second one, my first year, was about my community service projects. And then my last one was an overview of the whole internship. This past year, we went over the 12 Commonwealth assets in your community. And so we went out into the community, made like a little poster of like different things in the like food shed, water production and stuff like that, and talked about where we could find those in our specific communities. And then our last one was an overview of our internship again. And then once you're finished with your 100 hours and your 10 hours of community service, you hold a harvesting ceremony, which is just a presentation that your community is invited to talk about your internship. So it's kind of a lot, especially as a high school student. You know, like your summer, you expect to have free time and, you know, do your summer sports, but it's very worth the busy amount of time. So I think that's enough for me.
And that event is on October 29th, correct?
That's LDC. We already
Okay.
had our harvesting ceremony
Yeah,
August
ceremony.
29th. Oh yeah.
There's another one.
That's our
I&I
I&I
ceremony
ceremony on the
is
29th.
that. You guys are all welcome to come.
Yeah.
I would love for you to be there. That is next Wednesday. So I think that's enough from me for my internship.
It's
The
the
high
auditorium.
Yes. Auditorium now.
Auditorium.
It was high school. Auditorium.
Oh, here?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
We got that, okay.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, so if you have any questions for me, I'm open to answer any after Allison tells you about her experience.
So mine, I internshiped in the surgery department at Russell Regional. I didn't know exactly what part of the medical field I wanted to go into, but I was like, maybe nursing, but I wanted something like bigger than just being a nurse. So Miss T said it would be a great opportunity for me to go and do the internship, and so I went and I did my internship, and when I was there, I met nurses, CNAs on the floor, and then I also met many like different doctors from Hayes Med. One of them was a cosmetic surgeon. The other one, he did like pain injections, like if you have bad back or hips. And then I met another one from Hoisington. He kind of did like eyes and nose and like sinus work. And then the last one was Dr. Summers, who actually works here. He did like colonoscopies and like stuff like that. But I also met many different like anesthesiologists that came from all across Kansas. They would drive down and like spend the day there while Dr. Potter was there. And I talked to them, they like informed me of what they were doing and like the calculations they have to do for body weight and anesthesia, whatever it's called. But that's like what I want to go into, so I was really interested in that. And I also got to observe the surgeries, so I was in the OR while they were doing it. I definitely saw some things that I never thought I was going to see. A little scary sometimes. I was like, whoa. But it actually was a lot of fun. And like in the shows, like they act like, oh, the OR is like 24/7 craziness. Half the time they're listening to music and making jokes. But it was really informative for me because like that's when I decided like I was willing to go do more schooling for something like that. And it also like gives me opportunity to work in Russell if they ever need anyone, which they do multiple times a week. So for that would have been really nice. But overall, it just like really helped me understand like what the surgery was and like what you were doing. And it just like helped me clarify what I wanted to do. So that's what I'm going to school for.
Be a nurse?
No, to be an anesthesiologist. But yeah, there was just a lot of cool experiences, and I got to work on second floor a few days and third floor. So I kind of got to go everywhere. And I almost went to the ER to work. not to be a patient, but yeah, it was just I kind of got to go everywhere in the hospital.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any questions for us?
I just thought it was funny when that vehicle took off really fast, your eyes immediately.
Yeah, it's like,
When's that
She
ceremony
got
on
cough in her
Wednesday?
blood there.
She does. She's gonna have to hop in her patrol car.
Oh, yeah, right.
It's our installation and induction ceremony.
Okay, yeah, okay, thank you.
I guess that's all from us. I'll tell you guys what I'm doing after high school. That's probably important. So long term, I want to go into law enforcement. I'm still deciding whether I want to do a local. Words are not wording right now. Wow. I'm still deciding if I want to come back locally and work at a smaller police department or if I want to go to a state like highway patrol. But as of right now, I am going into the Marines and I will be working in avionics, so working on planes and stuff. So that's what I'm doing after high school. And then, might revisit going to college, maybe during or right after the Marines, but definitely somewhere in my future.
So when's your ship date?
July 13th.
Thank
She
you
had
for
to leave.
being willing.
Can I do a story on you after you get through the Crucible?
Sure. Sure.
The Crucible.
That'll be a good
Your
one.
Marine Corps badge is waiting at the end of that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I'm going up it. I'm
Okay.
getting it.
Yeah,
Awesome.
she's leaving 2 weeks before my birthday. She's lame.
And
But
what are you going to do?
I'm going to Barton Community College for 2 years to get my nursing degree, and then after that, I'm gonna work at Hayes Med as an ICU nurse while obtaining my bachelor's of science in nursing online throughout that year. I'm not exactly sure what college I'm gonna go through that for, and then after that, I have to apply to anesthesiology school, but it's more of like a fast-paced program. So when I graduate, I'll be a CRNA, which is like certified nurses whatever.
Anesthetist.
CRNA, yeah.
It's a real hard word.
So I'll be doing that, and then like it'll also make me a doctor of nurse practitioning. So I'll have a few different degrees in that, so I can kind of choose if I want to do that or open my own practice or something like that. But in total, I should be graduated and working as an anesthesiologist by 25.
By 25?
Yeah.
That's great.
It's a sped up process.
Yeah, it's a sped up program.
Not the year
Yeah.
aid.
So
That's-
if you guys know anybody that would be interested in being a business partner, definitely have them talk to Miss Tomlinson. She's still going to be doing the intern program, even though she's not going to be in the classroom anymore.
What's
But-
she doing?
She got a promotion for a state job in JAG, so she'll still be in Russell, but she's still going to be doing the intern program and helping out with that.
Who's
So
going to replace her?
we're not sure yet.
To be determined.
Hopefully someone good.
Hopefully Coach Potter moves up.
But yeah, and if you guys have any other questions that we might not know the answer to, Miss Tomlinson's always open for
Yeah.
questions about the internship program. It's her baby, so.
Yeah, she knows all the inner workings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank
Well,
you
thank
guys
you,
so
ladies.
much.
Thank you for sharing. Yeah.
Good luck.
Congratulations. Good luck.
I have 10 days to get to you whenever I'm.
Okay, 58050 public forum, Jane? No? Okay, 58051 curriculum corner? Nope. Moving on then to 58052 discussion items, letter A, joint meeting.
Yes, we have the agenda set for the October 27th meeting with the city of Russell and Russell County. That is included in the packet. I approached them about using one of their spaces this time, however, they didn't feel they had a big enough space, so we will be at the high school again in the cafeteria.
What time?
5:30.
5:30 p.m. Russell High School cafeteria. Is that right? Is that right? Russell High School cafeteria,
Yes,
5:30?
that's correct.
PM.
Okay. And looking over that agenda, I like the agenda. I think there's some great topics on there, so I'm very happy to see that. Letter B, facility priorities.
Last month, I gave you a list of priorities, and I had you rank them. If you have them, bring them back. If you don't, just bring them to me as soon as you can, and I will average them, and I will bring that back to you in November.
A screenshot, just screenshot.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think I emailed mine already.
Yep, I have yours.
Okay. All right, letter C, KSBOE approval of the bond application.
Yeah, it seems like this was forever ago, just by the way it all fell. But the Kansas State Board of Education did approve the bond application on September 9th, and a copy of that order is now included in the packet. So as of tomorrow, we are officially 2 weeks away from the bond election, believe it or not.
What was the KSG that's approved it? The
Kansas State Board of Education, KSBOE. All right, letter D, is Mr. Carlin going to be here? or
He's not going to
He's
be
not
here.
going to be here, okay.
One of his goals is to provide quarterly summaries this year in hopes of providing more transparency. So his quarterly summary is in the packet. The question I would have for you is if there is any other information you would like included, to please let me know and I will relay that to him. And then if you ever would like Mr. Carlin to be here, please let me know and I'll invite him to one of our meetings.
wow.
Well, in reading the summary, I thought it was full of information. You know, I can't find anything else additional that I think. I did notice that there were some concerns about budget and financing.
A lot of
so,
unknowns.
A lot of
Yeah.
unknowns, yeah.
And you always like talking about budgets early, but there's so many things that can change between now and the end of the year. So he's gonna continue monitoring. He does a great job at our monthly meetings of giving us real-time updates and projections. So as he continues to do that, I'll bring you that information.
Okay, thank you. Letter E, Russell Junior Senior High building updates.
Yes, we have some exciting things going on. Mr. Sanders was a big part of this planning. But included in the packet is a wrap that's going to wrap the south windows of the south side of the gym at Russell Junior Senior High School. That is going to cost $5,335.68. I think it's really going to freshen up and brighten up that area and bring in some school spirit. We also have two other things that are going to take place at Russell Junior Senior High School. We are having marked signs relocate the scrolling sign. And we're gonna move that to the high school so that parents can see all the daily information like we had when Rubenthal was open. And then right at the main entrance at Russell High School is the sign Russell High School. That's gonna be updated so it reflects the name change of Russell Junior Senior High School.
Cool, all right. Very nice. Letter F, Kansas Can Star Recognition Award.
Yes, I think this is the second year in a row that the high school has received the Bronze Award for graduation rate. We always like to see that. It's important to us, so kudos to the high school for getting those kids through.
What was the organization that gave you the bronze?
KDS.
KDG?
KSD.
KSD? KS?
DE.
Okay, KSD.
All right, letter G, by board national purchasing interlocal agreement.
This is just another local agreement that allows us to go and look for items that have already been pre-bid at comparable rates so that we can, so we don't have to go through the bidding process for some items such as buses or equipment, things like that, just like our other buying groups, so.
I read that whole thing.
Anybody have any questions or concerns with that? No? Okay.
Wow.
All right, letter H, USD
Need a
407.
motion
Yes.
for approval
Yep,
of that.
okay. Do I
Madam
hear-
President.
Yes, ma'am.
I make a motion that we accept the buy bond national purchasing interlock agreement as stated.
Second. Been moved and seconded that we accept the buy board national purchasing
Board, sorry.
interlocal agreement as presented in our packet. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion passed. All right, letter H, USD 407 branding guide.
And I'm gonna pass this one off to Mr. Sanders.
Yeah, so it was in the packet. I know it was late addition, so I apologize to that. So thank you, Jane, for putting that in. So when I first took over, we have a lot of different champion looks out there, and we have a lot of different horseshoes. We use different lettering and stuff like that. And so we started looking at making a guide that kind of gives our 7 through 12 a direction when we do uniforms, like what we're doing at the high school with the Perf Tech on the windows. It gives us a guide of where to go when we're looking at lettering, champion, the horseshoe. It gives us the Pantone colors for our red and blue. So it really just gives us direction moving forward on what we're gonna use, you know, when we look at ordering those things. And I think it just helps us all out as a community. I gotta thank Joni Driscoll and Lindsay over at Getting Noticed and getting Pantone colors and coming up with a branding guide that is easy and everyone can recognize it. You know, when you walk into a gym, you can walk into the gym and you see the Blue Jay of Norton, you're like, oh, that's Norton. You know, like, there's multiple other schools in our district where you walk in, you're like, okay, that's Norton, that's Hoxie, and I feel like if we have the same champion look or the same horseshoe with the same R, it gives us our brand. And when we walk in, everyone knows that's Russell. And I think it just gives our other businesses that work with us a guide of, hey, this is the champion we use, this is the color, and this is the lettering, block lettering or cursive lettering we use. So I just think it helps us all out moving forward when we're looking at those kind of purchases.
Thank you.
Wow.
I think it's a good idea. In the past, we've seen all kinds of things, just since I've been around, I know, so.
Wow. Wow.
So will the other schools have their own, since he just mentioned 7 through 12, or the, you know, Simpson Stang, Colt logo, you know what I mean, you know what I'm saying, okay.
Colt.
So this is just new for the high
Just,
school?
yeah,
The
for
junior
the high
senior.
school, it'd
Okay.
just be their logo, our lettering if we're using cursive, if
Okay.
we're using block, and yeah, it's just 7 through 12.
So then any business, if I want to go get a shirt printed, they have to
They'll come into us.
get
so-
permission?
Yep, so we have permission forms. We actually had a gal come in a couple weeks ago, and they'll sign off that they can't give it out to other people. So we know who's got our branding guide, and we're kind of knowing who's putting stuff out there for other people to buy, so we make sure it's the Russell brand.
Okay.
So is this copyrighted, Jim?
No, probably, I mean, not necessarily. We just made it known if someone's wanting to use it, they'll come in and sign the paperwork, so we know that we can give them the Pantone colors, the champion logo, the lettering we want to use. So, but I would say yes, I mean, because it's our brand that we're gonna allow businesses to use, and it's the right logos and right colors, if that makes sense.
Wow.
I guess my question is if somebody was to take one of these that you've already done,
Yes.
and they was to copy it, put it on like Facebook or anything like that, is that gonna be an
Like
issue?
infringement, you're talking kind of, you
Yeah.
know, and that's something we would have to maybe look into. I know it was super helpful when we were talking to Matt Walters, an old Russell alum, when we were doing all the windows and looking at that. He said how helpful it was for them with their art design team. It was like, okay, that's your logo, that's your colors, and they can throw it up on the board and they can make sure it matches with our other, you know, colors in the school and stuff like that. So we have just a direction moving forward, and that's in that kind of sense.
Thank you.
Thank you, James.
Yes.
All right, moving on, 58053, administrative reports. I just want to share that I attended a workshop called Results Now, Improving Student Outcomes on Thursday, October 16th in Salina. And the publications, they were handing out some publications, information, resources. So shared what I picked up with other board members. Do have a few others, and I note that a couple of the people who are running for board are in the audience. If you're interested in any of the publications, I picked up extras. I would be happy to share those with you. And a couple of good books. One, 8 Things to Know About Running for School Board, which might be too late for us now, but you can still read it and know. I just think anytime you can get your hands on information that will help you be a better school board member, it's good. So I brought those things home. The workshop was great, and you always learn new things when you go. So that's all I have to report.
I'm going to pass to Mr. Sanders, just in case he has something I don't want to double up on. Do you have anything to add to your
Yeah, a
report?
couple things. So I've received quite a few emails today about the football team on what it looks like on the 31st. And I'll just be really, it's all going to hinge on Friday night if we win or lose. So if we win, we'll be hosting the 31st. If we would happen to lose, we will be on the road. Right now, there's some different scenarios in place. Looks like if we would happen to lose, we would be traveling south. If we win, we kind of have an idea who we'd be hosting, but that kind of depends on Friday night as well. Girls volleyball is playing right now at Holcomb in the regional, so hopefully we know here soon how they do. And then our junior high volleyball team winning the league championship Saturday. I don't know who was all there, but it was a pretty exciting day to be there and supporting Russell. It was a great crowd for those girls, and they deserved every bit of it. So congratulations to the coaches and all the players on Saturday.
I appreciate you putting on the link to the game Friday night. I know there were some folks that couldn't go, myself
Yes.
included, and so was able to watch it on TV through that link, and
Dang it.
it was awesome. So
The other thing
Again.
this Friday is senior recognition night. We have 22 seniors we'll be recognizing through football, cheer, dance, and so that's a pretty good number. And then it's pink out night, so hopefully we'll pack the crowd with pink and get a win against Beloit.
cool.
I'll jump in now. Thank you. I didn't want to take anything from you. Mr. Sanders and I were able to attend state tennis
Oh, yes.
on Friday.
Thank you for bringing that.
Anna Marie Marcel placed 8th at state tennis. One of the matches we watched, she was matched up with a girl from Phillipsburg, and this was the 5th time playing that girl. And she was 1-3 against that girl leading up to that event. She lost the first set, was down the second set, came back and won. It went to a tiebreaker. She was down 7-4 and overcame that and battled back and won that match. So it was really cool to see that. She's only a freshman, got 8th place, so the future's bright for her. And then basketball goal update. I'll let you do that one.
Yeah, basketball goals. I just talked to junior high parents actually today. We just had our parent meeting. So they're going to start next Monday, 27th. Their typical timeline is 10 days. So the field inspector was back out, the guy that's going to be the crew chief of it all. He was out last Tuesday. He thought it might take them 10 days because of the hardware of it being so old and heavy, but he is hopeful we will be done in time for the 4th because that's our first junior high basketball game at home. But I told the parents we're going to wait until next Thursday to make that call. They'll have a better understanding where they'll be at in the installation period. But it's very exciting, all new 6 goals. Shot clocks will be implemented. All of them will be retractable to go sideways. So on our home side, if the holder stands up top, they'll go to the side, thanks to Mr. Perez with the idea. So it'll go up, so it's not going to be in the sight view of our patrons watching the game. So we're very excited about that. We're hopeful it gets done by the 4th for our junior high, but it's all going to depend on how long it takes them to tear down. They will work straight through until the project is done. So weekend and everything, they will keep working to get it done.
The Amos Morris Big Gym?
Yes.
Okay. Basketball?
Six new basketball goals with shot clocks.
Okay.
Exciting. All right. Finance director, anything? No? Okay, maintenance, technology, anything?
Yeah, two things. Friday I was in Kansas City for a training on Mosel, which is our device management system. I learned some things that are gonna make our deployment of the new student devices we got much smoother and probably a little quicker than I expected, but we'll see. And then also I had a meeting with our E-rate consultant. The next 5 years of E-rate funding is starting this year, so we're looking at what we can add to our network and everything to upgrade that. So.
Thank you. All right, 58054, board committee reports. Ron, anything from the foundation committee?
Yeah, just real quick, we met October the 2nd. We talked about the, when we did the concession stand, and our profit for that was $1,691.19. And that may not sound like a lot of money, but if you were working in there, that's a lot of money. That means you were working pretty hard. I mean, we sold a lot of walking tacos that day, so. They also reported that they had a joint meeting between the Booster Club, the Community for Classrooms, and Bronco Foundation, and that was a really informative time for them, and everybody got a lot out of that, as reported. They also talked about how the next 4 years, there's an opportunity within the community that if $8,000 is raised in the name of an individual or an entity or whatever, there's a matching opportunity of up to $2,000. So what that does is for every 8,000 received, the matching 2,000 makes it a $10,000 contribution. And so they were pretty excited about that, and I think that's a good thing as well. Talked quite a bit about the bond, obviously that's coming up, and support of the bond, and then as well as talking about the activities and the things that they were going to be involved in and trying to help facilitate that and do those things. So that was about it, unless you can think of anything else.
No, I think you got everything.
So.
Okay. Then we're ready for 58054A, student matters.
Madam President? Yes. I move we go into executive session to discuss student matters pursuant to the exception relating to actions adversely or favorably affecting a student under the Kansas Open Meeting Act, with the open meeting resuming in our boardroom in here in 3 minutes, to include Mr. Perez. Anybody else?
Second. Been moved and seconded, we go into executive session to discuss student matters pursuant to the exception relating to actions adversely or favorably affecting a student under coma. The open meeting resuming in the boardroom in 3 minutes to include Mr. Perez. All in favor? no action was taken. Pardon, is that right?
Just Jay or?
Just
Julian?
Jay first.
It's good exercise.
All right, 58055, staffing.
Madam President?
Yes.
We would go into executive session to discuss staffing, present a non-elected personnel exception under the Kansas Open Meetings Act, with the open meeting resuming in the boardroom in how many minutes? 10 minutes, to include Mr. Jay Sanders.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. We go into executive session to discuss staffing pursuant to non-elected personnel exception under COMA, with the open meeting resuming in the boardroom in 10 minutes to include Mr. Sanders, and then followed up by Mr. Perez. All in favor? All right. Let the record show no action was taken. So, Ron, do you want to read the retirements, resignations, new contracts, contract modifications?
Yeah, I make the motion that we accept the following, you want to do the retirement first?
Let's just lump them all together, I think.
Okay. Retirements, Frank Dornan, bus driver, USD 407. Resignations, Samantha Behringer, custodian, Simpson Elementary School. Daniel Bennett, administrative assistant, Baker Dyke Elementary School. Tatum Hamilton, assistant volleyball coach, Russell Junior High School. Tasha Jones, dance coach at Russell Junior Senior High School. Marissa Myers, assistant volleyball coach at Russell Junior High School. Jordan Perez, head volleyball coach at Russell Junior High School. New contracts, Victoria Ansley, administrative assistant at Baker Dyke Elementary School. Gage Brady, route driver for USD 407. Braxton Hatch, assistant football coach at Russell Junior High. And then contract modification, there is none.
So I have a second. Okay, thank you. It's been moved and seconded that we accept the retirements, resignations, new contracts, work agreements as read. Any discussion? All in favor? All right. 58055A, administrative contracts.
Madam President.
Yes.
I move we go into executive session to discuss staffing pursuant to non-elected personnel exceptions under Kansas Open Meetings Act, with the open meeting resuming in the boardroom
10.
10 minutes to include Mr. Perez, and that's it.
Second. Been moved and seconded. We go into executive session to discuss staffing pursuant to non-elected personnel exception under COMA. The open meeting resuming in the boardroom in 10 minutes to include Mr. Perez. All in favor?
You're welcome.
Action was taken.
We just talked.
Which brings us to 58056.
Madam President.
Yes.
I move we adjourn the meeting.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we adjourn the meeting. All in favor? Motion passed.